Hello and welcome to this quick demonstration of iLearnWales, the VLE for the digital learning project in Torvine and Monmouthshire. Sorry I can't be with you today, but hopefully this demonstration will give you a good understanding of the system and what we're hoping it can achieve. So the first thing we do once we've logged in on the iLearnWales.org.uk site is to put a username and our password in. All teachers and students have a username and password now that they can log into the system, and this will then take us to our personal dashboard. Now when we first go into our personal dashboard, the first thing that we will see will be our groups, which are lined up on the left hand column of the page. Now teachers will see the groups of students that they teach. So if they click on those groups, they're then able to have a group page where they can share resources, set work and assignments and things such as that. There are also a series of widgets that can be put on dashboard. Okay, this personal dashboard area. So for example, there's an internal messaging system. So if I add that into the system, you can see here that I can close that up and I can move it around wherever I want to put it. Now if I open my messages, you'll find that I've got a number of messages there from various different people in the project. But if I go to my messages area, one thing that I can do is that I can actually contact anybody in any of the groups that I'm running. So you can imagine that if I had teaching groups, I could simply click on the group. So for example, if I were to click on the Geography CPD group here, I can see all the members of that group. I can send them all a message by clicking on the box at the top, or I can highlight individual teachers by clicking here, and then I can send a message directly to the member of staff that I'm looking to send the message to by clicking on the plus button there. So that's a messaging system, and the nice thing about the messaging system is it's completely safe and it's completely internal to the system, so that we can track all the messages that have been sent, which is obviously very good in case of any e-safety requirements or implications. What we're working hard with at the moment with teachers in iLearnWales is to develop resources on a feature called playlists. So if I add my playlists to my dashboard, you can see if I go to my playlists, I've got a series of resources under these pictures. So for example, I've got a range here from a range of different subject areas, but if I wanted to, for example, click on the guidelines for success here in the Spanish paper, you can see that what I get is I get a very quick description of what the resource is, and then I also get a series of steps which take me through the resource. So for example, here's a PowerPoint presentation on how to succeed in the listening paper in Spanish. Here's some common mistakes on papers, and if I click on the links, what I can then do is I can choose to open or save the files, and I can gain access to the resources that are found within the playlists. Okay, so if I, as you can see there, I've got all of the key vocabulary for the mistakes that were made in the 2012 Spanish paper from opening that step, and you can also, once you've completed the steps, close those down. Now the joy of playlists is that we can then send them to our groups of students. So if I click on playlist, what it will then do is bring up my groups of students, and I can then target this resource at the people that I think will most need that resource, and that links to the same groups, as you can see on the left hand side here, that I teach. So I could send it to the whole group by clicking in the box, or I could open the group and then pick particular students within that group to send my playlist to. Now what we're currently doing as well is we're working on an area called the knowledge tree. The knowledge tree is where all of the quality assured materials that staff are working hard to produce go for sharing across all schools in the project. So the idea is that every half term each teacher in the project areas will put on a quality assured resource that can be uploaded and shared. And then the knowledge tree is searchable. So for example, if I was to type in GCSE English as a search, then press the search button, I will get up any of the resources then that have been uploaded to the GCSE English page. Okay, and as you can see, there are quite a large number of them now in the system. For example, here's a Key Stage GCSE English Unit 2 revision. Here's how to make progress with English comprehension exam management. Okay, so I can read the description, I can view it first. If I want to open it, I can launch this. Okay, and then if I like what I see when I open the steps, I can save this into my area, or I can bookmark it, and any changes that are made to that playlist will then come up into my area. So I can save a copy of that. Once that copy is then saved, it will appear in my playlist list, and I can use it with my own groups. Okay, so let's come out of there a second, and just to highlight what a group page would look like, I can, for example, go into one of these group pages. Let's go and have a look at the group that I'm working with today, the Geography CPD group area. Every teaching group, every class will have access to a group dashboard and its features and functions. You can put shared folders where you can share materials. So I've put some training materials for the course I'm running today in here. I've got links there that I can put animations in that I can play through the system. Okay, to give students some information. So here's a Go Animate animation which I've embedded from the web that can go in there, and that will then play to show what's going on. You get the idea there. Or I can embed YouTube clips here. For example, this YouTube clip from Hans Rosling about world development, that can play, and again you can close them up if you want to, and you can also add courses to your page so that your students can access courses of information. You can create them, you can set them up, and then you can put them into the group page. So if I return to the group page here, and as you can see, the people down the left hand side are all the geography staff who are currently working on sharing resources in the project, but that would end up being your students, and you could get them then to access all of these materials here. Okay, so let's go back to my personal dashboard again, and just point out that what you can also do with your personal dashboard is you can personalize it so it looks how you want it to look. So for example, if I browse my images, I can then, if I go to pictures, I can select an image. For example, I'm quite a weather enthusiast, so if I select that image, use that as my background, what you then find when you go back to your personal dashboard is the image in the background is yours, and any student and any teacher can personalise their background so that the dashboard looks as they want it to look. Okay, so that's a very quick guided tour of iLearnWales. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that I can come and speak to you all live soon.